We have a statewide referendum question on the November ballot concerning the State Transportation Fund. I'd like to make it illegal for it to be used for other purposes. Do you support that?
Yeah, I support that completely. I think that the transportation crisis that we're facing is very real. It's a big deal. It comes primarily because our primary source of income for the transportation department is a gas tax, and it's been capped. It has not been able to go up with inflation. I think during the recession, they capped it and did not allow it to be indexed anymore. So it stays flat even though the price of gas goes up, and so as cars get better gas mileage, it just keeps going down. We need to have a first-class transportation system, both for our economy, businesses require that, but also for the safety of our citizens. So I'm open to looking at all options for how we're going to come up with a stable revenue source. But one step is to not allow it to be rated, which is what the Doyle administration did constantly, and that was also part of the problem that we've run into. So we need a stable source of revenue, and I don't want to raise taxes, but we need to find a way to fund that.
Joe Majeski?
Well, at this point in time, I would support it. I do agree with Joel that the fund has been misused at times. It's been rated to balance deficits by both Republicans and Democrats. So I think our transportation system, as Joel said, is very important to us. It's too urgent, and it needs modification it needs additional revenue and secure revenue in order to make sure that we have safe roads to run on. But in addition to that, we need to worry about our local town and county officials. And traveling throughout this district, I consistently hear that their shared revenues are being dropped for transportation. There are towns that are considering putting in gravel roads right now. They haven't seen an increase in their shared revenue for their roads in years. And I think that has to be part of the formula. Now, the slippery slope here, folks, if you go down the road of just designating a specific fund, let's say you can't transfer it, wouldn't it be wonderful if we said that about public schools? We're going to have a specific fund for public schools. It's going to stay consistent, it's going to grow consistently, and it will be earmarked just for public schools. Wouldn't that be a nice thing to do? And then you can go on to Veterans Administration and do the same thing. And you can go on and have constitutional amendments to protect specific funds and revenue streams. Got to be very careful here, and this is where leadership really steps in.
Joel Kitchens, additional comments?
Well, I think overall the transportation issue is something that has pretty bipartisan support. I think everyone recognizes that it needs to be fixed. It's a little unique, apart from what Joe said, in that you have a gasoline tax that is intended specifically for transportation. We don't have a specific tax that's intended for these other issues.